do I to call you?
A sharer of gifts. Our work begins now.
It is so great to get to meet you both and talk about this excellent new chapter in an already amazing show. Patrick, if you'd like to start, and then Lindsey, I'd love to hear sort of about the journey of the stranger this season as he sort of starts to come into his own, find a bigger personality after being silent for most of season one. Can you talk about his journey this season?
First of all, thank you. Screen Rant's writing about the show all the time. We appreciate it. The Stranger. God, what is his journey about this season?
Yeah. The veil of, his memory is lifted a bit at the end of season one, and he's much more articulate this season, which I'm sure our beautiful actor Daniel Wayman appreciated.
Yes, very much so.
We get to see him expressing himself much more clearly with Nori, his partner in crime. But he has many questions that are still unanswered.
Yeah, the end of the first season, he figures out that he's a wizard, and that he's a wizard for good. And now this season is very much sort of an origin story of a wizard. How does he become the adolescent version of himself along the way of his journey? We love the idea of an origin story for a wizard being one of the core storylines in the show. And this is a really big step in his journey. Gosh, I don't want to spoil anything, but certainly, he'll need a name at some point. Wizards typically have a hat and a staff, and wizards need to learn how to control their powers. And at the start of the season, he's able to wield power, but not yet control it. And really his journey is going to be about looking inward and figuring out what he needs to do to be able to do so.
I think in grappling with his place in the world.
Yeah, very much so.
I really look forward to seeing how that all plays out, especially once Tombombad comes into the play. Obviously, I haven't seen him yet, but I'm excited too.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Speaking of origin stories, I found it so interesting that we actually took a step back in time and saw Sauron trying and failing to sort of bring together the orcs, and sort of now his journey to reclaim power. Can you talk about when you decided to explore that story, and whether that was supposed to be part of season one, or if you at least knew in season one that you were going to explore that in the future?
Yeah, at one point we wanted to include some of that material season one, but we felt that the storyline benefited even more if we kept it for the top of season two. So yeah, we did know this backstory, and one of the, so we've always had a plan for the general, high level trajectory of characters and storylines, but one of the first ideas in terms of scene work and the kind of beat and rhythm of the piece, season two, was that we would start with sort of Sauron's origin story within the show, the way the first season starts with Galadriel's origin story within the show. So yeah, I mean, quite early, I would say. We've been working on this for 4 years now, this particular season. We started writing in the middle of the pandemic when we were still making season one. So long way.
That's incredible. And so you introduced a lot of great new locations this season, and one of my favorites is the Black Forest. It is such a place full of dark secrets and monsters, and I'd love to hear from you both, sort of the creative side as well as the production side of bringing this iconic location to life.
Where Shelob lives, the Black Forest. Yes. Well, Mordor has many scary places. And especially now that the sun is gone, evil is going to just creep in. Gosh, where did we even shoot that? I can't remember. We've been shooting in forests all over the UK. We shot for 8 months, 9 months,
33 weeks.
So
anyone's counting.
I can't even remember exactly where our horse rides through.
But to be here with the amazing, old ancient forests, very inspiring, and our characters do a lot of walking around in the woods this season at night, and
just as they do in the books.
Yes, encountering some very scary creatures. So we got to experience them in the woods at night with them, which was a thrill, and our actors were real troopers about it. We have
there's more spots you're going to. I mean, we go to the Barrow Downs a little later in the season. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're journeying in Rune. God, where else do we go? There's we find a community of Stewards over in the desert. Mm-hmm. that is yet to come. Mm-hmm. So look, the map of Middle Earth is unending, and hopefully around every corner there's a new, strange, and wonderful place.
I love hearing that. I can't wait to see them all and hopefully chat with you both again to get into some proper spoilers when the time comes. But in the meantime, I can't wait to keep the word alive. So thank you both so much for taking the time to chat. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank
you
you.
so much. Our pleasure.
When in doubt, Eleanor Brandyfoot. Always follow your nose.